A very warm and pleasant good morning to all my dear students of class 5. So today I am here to start a new lesson in your social science. The name of the chapter is Democratic Republic of Congo. Page number 46. You all can have a book, page number 46. We are going to learn the spotlight of the chapter. What is the spotlight of the chapter? We are going to learn about location and relief features of the land, plants and animal life, lifestyle of people, economy and transport. So these are the spotlight of the chapter, what we are going to learn in this chapter. Okay, so now let's get started with the chapter. We will learn about this country called Congo, which is situated somewhere in Central Africa. It is located in Central Africa. So we are going to learn about all this country in all the details about this country in this chapter, about its relief feature, about its climate, about its plants, animal life, economy, transport, everything we are going to learn about this country. Okay, so now let's get started with the chapter. Introduction of the chapter about Congo. So first is we will start with the introduction of the chapter. So now let's get started with the chapter. The Democratic Republic of Congo was formerly known as Zaire. It was previously known as Zaire and later on it has been named as Democratic Republic of Congo or Congo. Okay. It is located between 5 degrees north and 10 degrees south latitude. It is the third biggest African countries with regard to area. It is the third biggest African countries. It's situated in Central Africa and among all the African countries, it's the third biggest It's the third biggest African country with regard to area. Okay, with regard to area, it's the third biggest country after Sudan and Algeria. Okay, it is in area, it is the third biggest after Sudan and Algeria. Sudan comes first, Algeria comes second, and third is the Congo in the area. Okay. It covers an area of 23.5 lakh square miles. About 33% of the country is located in the northern hemisphere and the rest is located in the southern hemisphere. Okay, it is bordered by Central African Republic. It is bordered by Central Republic and South Sudan in the north. Okay, it is bordered by Central African Republic and South Sudan in the north. These two countries, it borders this country. Okay, in the northern side of the country is bordered by Central African Republic and South Sudan. Okay, and Angola and Zambia in south. And Angola and Zambia in the southern, Uganda, Rwanda, Tanzania, Burundi in the east. Okay, and Republic of Congo in the west. So this basically this area is surrounded by many other area in the it shares border with many other areas. Okay, so now let's move on to the next topic, main features of the land. Main features of the land. First is location. So we will find out where it is exactly located. Okay, so now we'll find out where the country is exactly located. Democratic Republic of Congo is located in Central Africa and the equator passes through it. As it is located in the central part of the earth and the equator passes through it exactly, and it is located in Central Africa. Its capital is Kinshasa, is located on Congo River. Okay, Democratic Republic of Congo is almost a landlocked country. Now, what is a landlocked country? Landlocked country are it is a territory that does not have connections to any ocean. So, they are basically a territory. Which countries are known as landlocked countries? Are those countries which does not have any connection to the ocean. Okay, now let's move further in the chapter. Relief of the lands. Relief, we have done in the previous chapters also. What is relief features? Relief features are the physical features as if how the area like the physical features appears. Okay, that is known as the relief features. So we are going to learn about relief of the land. The relief features of the Democratic Republic of Congo are quite similar to India. It's quite similar to India because there are 3 mountain ranges, coastal plains, high plateaus, a major valley, and a large river basin called Congo Basin. In fact, River Congo is regarded as the most important river in the country. So its relief feature is almost matching to India. India is a land of diverse features, right? It has mountains, it has hills, it is plain. There are many kinds of relief features. So Congo is also like that only. It has three mountain ranges, coastal plains, high plateaus, a major valley, and a large river basin called Congo Basin. Okay, and in fact, River Congo is regarded as the most important river in the country also. Okay, River Congo is regarded as one of the most important river in the country. The river, along with its tributaries, is the major mode of transportation and extreme economic importance. Why the River Congo is important? Because it helps in the development of economy of a country, because it through the river they do transportation. Okay, the river along with its tributaries is a major mode of transportation and extreme economic importance. It plays a vital role in raising the economy of the country. Its major tributaries are Kasi, Sanga, Ubangi, Orvimi, Luloga. It is also known as the Highway of Central Africa. And this river is known as the River Congo is also known as the Highway of Central Africa. Now let's move forward in the chapter. The eastern part of the country has many lakes. Okay, we are learning about the relief feature. So we are learning about the eastern part of the country has many lakes like Lake Albert, Lake Edward, and Kivu. Since Democratic Republic of Congo lies in the equatorial region, as I've explained you in the starting only, the equator passes through it. That is why it is also called as equatorial region. As since the Democratic Republic of Congo is the equatorial region, it receives heavy rainfall throughout the year. There is rainfall throughout the year. Okay, the climate is conducive for growth of dense and thick forest. As there is rainfall throughout the year, the forests are very dense. Okay, the growth of trees are very high there. They have thick forest. There is hardly any soil erosion, and soil is thoroughly nourished by humus. There is no soil erosion at all because there are many trees. It is like surrounded, it is covered with trees. Where there are lots of trees, there is no chance of soil erosion because the roots of the trees holds the soil. That prevents soil erosion. That is why to prevent soil erosion, what we do, we have to plant more and more trees. We have learned in our previous chapter, okay, how to prevent soil erosion. We can prevent soil erosion by planting more trees. So there is no chance of soil erosion in Congo because there are dense forests there, and the soil is thoroughly nourished by humus. Now what is this word humus? What do you mean by humus? Humus are formed by decomposition of leaves and plant material. So there are thick forests and the leaves and other plant material, they fall on the ground and they decay it. Okay, they decay and they form a nourished like kind of material which nourishes the land. So it is nourished thoroughly by the humus. Humus are formed by decomposition of plants and leaves. Okay, decomposition of leaves and plant material, that is known as humus. So now we will move on to the next. We will find out the climate of Democratic Republic of a country. We'll find out about the climate of the Congo. Okay, since the Democratic Republic of Congo lies in the equatorial region, it receives heavy rainfall throughout the year. This we discussed earlier also, right? So it is in the equatorial region, so there is rainfall throughout the year. It is extremely hot throughout the year with not much change in summers and winters. It's hot throughout the year and the temperature are same in summers and winters. Here the days and nights are of equal length. Like here in India, we witness that in summers we have shorter nights and longer days, and in winter we have longer days and shorter days and longer nights. So but here in Congo it is not like that. The day and night, it is of equal length. Owing to the year round high temperature, there is plenty of evaporation. Okay, so the temperature is very hot, and due to the hot temperature there is plenty of evaporation. This means that the cloud builds up on regular basis. It is hot, there is evaporation, it rains also, and due to that evaporation forms, and this means the cloud builds up on regular basis and it rains. Okay, this happens almost every evening. There is rainfall. This rainfall are also called 4 o'clock rainfall. So early morning it is pleasant. Okay, early morning it is like the morning are normally present with lots of sunshine. Early morning it's like very pleasant. Okay, there is sunshine early in the morning, but by the evening there is rainfall again. So it continues every day. It's like that. Only morning it's pleasant, but by evening it starts raining and there is evaporation and the clouds are formed, again it rains. Like the cycle continues throughout the year. Okay, the mornings are normally pleasant with lots of sunshine, and the evenings and nights are cool because of heavy shower. So their temperature are like every year, the whole year they witness the same temperature. There is no any changes in the temperature. Morning are pleasant with lots of sunshine, and by the evening it rains, and it is also known as 4 o'clock rain. It is also, the rainfall is also known as the 4 o'clock rain, and again it rains, the land cools and there is evaporation, again cloud forms, again it rains. This cycle it continues throughout the year. Now we will find out about the plant life. Okay, so now we will find out about the plant life. The plant life. The heart of Congo Basin is covered by thick forest called equatorial rainforest. So it, as we discussed earlier, there are lots of trees. Okay, so the heart of Congo Basin is covered with thick forest called equatorial rainforest. These trees reach the height of about 40 to 50 meters. The bigger trees form a canopy like covering with their leaves, which cannot be even penetrated by sunlight. Due to this canopy, it's always dark over there. The forests are very dense there, so that is why the bigger trees, okay, the trees, they have height of almost 40 to 50 meters, and the bigger trees, they form a canopy, like canopy on top. Canopy means the covered part. Okay, it covers the area with, as such that even the sunlight cannot enter there. The sunlight are also like, they are also not able to enter there. Okay, the sunlight is also not even penetrated by the bigger the trees form like canopy covering with their leaves, which cannot be even penetrated by the sunlight. Even the sunlights cannot enter. It is like that thick. The canopy is like, the trees form a huge canopy. Due to this canopy, it's always dark there, as it is covered. Canopy means the covered part. Okay, to cover something, like to cover something, that is known as canopy. So due to this canopy, it's always dark there. There is no sun, even the sunlight cannot enter, so it's always dark in the equatorial rainforest in Congo Basin. Trees like eucalyptus, mahogany, ebony, iroko provides timber. So there are, you might have heard about all these trees like eucalyptus, mahogany, ebony and iroka provides timber. Timber means the cut part of the tree. Rubber and palm tree grows in abundance. There is rubber and palm trees are grown in abundance. There are lots of rubber and palm tree. So we will learn what is timber exactly. Okay, here it is said earlier, trees like eucalyptus, mahogany, ebony, iroko provides timber. Timber are those parts of the trees which are used for building houses. Like there are big trees, they are cut down, and like it is cut down into small like blocks which can be used for building houses. They are known as timbers. Rubber and palm trees are in abundance there. Okay, so there are many medicinal plants also grow here, like cinchona, the source of quinine, or medicine used for curing malaria. There are medicinal plants also, medicinal trees also in this area. Many types of edible vegetables and mushrooms are also found in wild. Okay, so there are many wild mushrooms and vegetables are also found. You know that where it rains much, mushrooms grows, right? So in this area there are many edible vegetables and wild mushroom are also found. And in the humid equatorial region, cassava, tuber root, rice, peanut, groundnut, corn oil, palms and fruit trees are also found in abundance. Okay, so these all are also found in that area. The rainforests here are second largest in the world and also one of the thickest. This rainforest is second largest among the world. Since they remain green throughout the year, they are also known as evergreen forest. As it rains throughout the year, so it remains green throughout the year, and that is why it is also known as evergreen forest. It is also known as equatorial rainforest, and it is also known as evergreen forest. There are many grassland in southern and southern west of Democratic Republic of Congo, and there are many grasslands in southern and southwest part of Democratic Republic of Congo. So this was about the relief features of the plant's life, and we learned about relief features of the Democratic Republic of Congo, plant's life of Congo, climate of Congo, and introduction. So that's all for today. In the next video we will do the remaining part, like animal life, people and language, transport and art. So we will continue with the chapter in our next video. Okay, so that's all for today. Till then, you will read the chapter. You will go through the chapter once. You will read the chapter and find out what you will revise whatever we have learned today, and I will get back to you in your next class. Okay, and follow your online classes regularly. Do your online test also regularly, and do all the works that we have given. We have sent you in your WhatsApp group. Do not leave any work pending. Do all your works, and I hope you all have completed your previous chapter question answers and everything in social studies. So be a good student, stay home, stay safe, obey your parents, follow your online classes regularly, and see you all in the next class. Till then, take care and be safe.